Hello walkers, and welcome to Innsbruck, Austria. We are starting off today at the Hauptbahnhof, the main train station. I was kind of hoping this train would slide away towards Zurich as we started walking, but it's already London late, so I'm not sure how much longer it's going to take. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today, your co-explorer, your co-discoverer, aka your virtual travel guide, but I'm not so much of a guide because I'm fairly new to the city myself. We are going to descend below, make our way over to the main train station, and then make our way out towards the old town. We came in just for an overnight from Italy. And I thought, well, let's walk around a little bit, see what it's all about. This is our second time in Innsbruck, my third total. The first time was 20 some odd years ago. The second time was 2017, I believe. And it's kind of cool. It's a neat old town, and there's lots of stuff to do here. It's one of the biggest cities in Austria, and there's some drama here. You can see the stores and that sort of thing below the main level. We're actually pretty close to the old town. Just wanted to kind of show you around the station here. It's about 4 p.m. 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius. About, did I say 4 p.m.? In early October. It's a Wednesday afternoon. See some of the schedules. You pop out here and there's a bunch of taxis and a bunch of buses. But we're going to kind of wend our way slowly towards Old Town. See, we're right in the mountains, not far, about 30 miles from Brenner Pass, which is kind of a famous pass. Access into Italy. We made a bit of a silly assumption on the way here that we'd only need one passport to get the hotel room, not even thinking that even though it is the Schengen zone, there's passport control between countries. Luckily, having a U.S. passport and traveling with family, they let it slide. And I had a photo info of the passports for the families. What could have been a huge hassle turned out to be not a big deal. But I would encourage you to bring your passports if you're not Austrian, even if you are Austrian, I guess. So the train station itself, I don't know what this big black building is, except for maybe the bus station. The train station itself is not anything beautiful. I mean, it's industrial, right? It's a train station. And then you've got some hotels. Alder's Hotel looks nice. But you're sitting here in the mountains, which is really cool. And we will make our way downtown, or the old town, which is also along the Inn River. This is Salerner Strasse. I'm sure that I'm mispronouncing that. And we are actually going to cross it and wend our way around. I haven't been down this far yet. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys really keep me going, keep me motivated, and I appreciate the support. Thank you. If you'd like to learn more about our Patreon program, check out the description below. Also, check out our website if you'd like to look at our walks a little bit better organized than you might find on YouTube in terms of sorted by location and by run time. citywalksvirtualtours.com. This is Hillegeiststrasse. We're just kind of exploring our way around. Grocery store. Trying not to shine you straight into the sun. Innsbruck has about 120,000 people, and the metro area has about 220. I am going to go this way, back towards Salurenstrasse. That's because I think that's going to be a little more interesting. Guess we're on Adamgasse. It's kind of a random but neat old building here. It's a doctor's office, I believe. Like so many places so far in Europe, ton of bikes and bike commuters. I love seeing it. One of the things I like about these cities is that they maintain their history and their historical architecture, but they're not trapped by it. There's lots of this modern type architecture that you can kind of see over there, and we'll swing around. See this casino as well. There, I guess we're going. You can see the tracks for the trams that they have, as well as the buses, as part of their public transportation network. Off to our left is an arch, a memorial arch. I'll show you this little Cocker Spaniel. We'll get a better look at it in a minute. The arch, not the Spaniel. There we go. Look at that building with the sunflower motif behind it. So this was built in the 1700s to commemorate the wedding of Maria Theresa's son. We're gonna go down this way, which is Maria Theresienstrasse. We had snacks over there at the, what is it called? Il Gusto di Leonardo, and we had fantastic antipasti and wine. The guy was awesome. He was our waiter was Greek, but we didn't know, and it was he was a great personality. Theresienbrau. Cross over. it's certainly different being in a bigger city all of a sudden. A lot more hustle and bustle. A lot more activity. Crossing Marinerstrasse off to the right there. Look how colorful that is. So earlier today I was walking in Brixen and saw Sportler. They had blue cows, and here they have blue chamois. So it's a chain. Looks like they are each maybe picking an animal representative of their region. Love this. We're coming up on a pedestrian area. Okay. So fashion shops, restaurants, and hotels in here. I think we're going to make a left here on Anichstrasse, A-N-I-C-H-S Strasse. Definitely a lot of chain stores down here, which you might expect in a higher rent commercial area. This is Strasse. You got some nice color down there. Nice, beautiful buildings. Let's go down there. I see a tower. We'll see what it's all about. Being in the midst of the mountains, mountain sports is a big thing here. Skiing, snowboarding, hiking, trekking, mountain biking, that sort of thing. Seems to be a school off to our left. Schmerfingstrasse off to the right there. And we'll loop around a bit up here. I really do like just walking around sometimes and following my nose, or not really having a goal or destination. You find and see and discover the little things that make a place special or different or unique. Maybe it's the fence, or maybe it's the way they park. Maybe it's the color of the buses. All these things are interesting. Maybe it's not running over tourists that stand in the middle of the road. I'm doing it anyway because I want to show you that tower. That's pretty cool. Okay, we're going to make a right on, you can find a sign, Maximilianstrasse. I'm not sure what this is. Oberlandesgericht. Landesgericht. I don't know what that means, but it looks artsy, modernist. Maybe modern, back in the 70s. I've been reading a book about World War I and Italian front, and it's talked about a lot about the futurists in the early 1900s, and it's interesting to think of 120 years ago, people being futurists. Because the future seems like it's always ahead of us, not of our ancestors. But it was. Love these buildings. Look, nice little mix of modern and old, right? Not the bus, but the buildings. Try and cross Bergerstrasse. So look back at the mountains. This is interesting rock work. I don't think that's natural rock, but it's a texturized cement or something similar. Here's another thing that's unique: construction methods, right? You don't really think about that, but how do people in a place build and rebuild and modernize without destroying too much? Ooh, look at that cake place. just want to also, you'll come across something like this. It's just a driveway back to somebody's parking space, private. But there's something kind of peaceful about that. I think this might be a church, actually. Serbian Orthodox Church. That kind of stone, huh? Here you can see the rough wood they've used to make sure that's safe. In the US, they drop a big steel thing in there that does the same thing, usually. These offices, all these modular, oh, look at those mountains, wow. Okay, we're gonna cross Speckbacher Straße, or Kaiser Joseph Straße. I guess it's both. I want to point you down there just because that light is nice. Another modern building off to the right here. In another walk, I promise we will get downtown, in the old town, and walk around for sure. Explore down there. This region is referred to as the Tyrol. Sometimes it's spelled T-I-R-O-L, and sometimes you'll see it spelled T-Y-R-O-L. Building seems important for some reason. The gate, maybe. Crossing Peter Meyer Straße. These are storage boxes. I don't know if they're for residents or bicycles. We've got these things over here. I gotta check the map. And I don't think I can get down there. I may be trapped. With a hospital. This is a hospital complex. The German word for hospital is Krankenhaus. I'm gonna take a risk here and think we can get through somehow. Yeah. headache is a Kopfschmerzen. I'm probably murdering the pronunciation. And the stomach ache is a Bauchschmerzen. I love the name for a pillow, which is Kopfkissen or head kisser. I love walking along and hearing people talking in another language. Yeah, it looks like we made it through. My mom used to have a black and white Cocker Spaniel like that. Great little dog. Look at the light shining on those trees. The autumn colors, that sort of thing. This is the Universtiy over here. This is Innerkauflerstrasse and Innrhein. So we're coming in to Innrhein. I think that's how you say it. This is a big bus. Some unhappy little fellow over there. We are going to make our way down to the Inn River. Used to be some young people down there hanging out. And there's footpaths, bike paths, that sort of thing. Excuse me. all the bicycles. Here is the Inn River. We're just going to walk along this a little bit. Love this public area, hanging out by the water in the cool autumn air. Love it. It's like some kind of art installation, maybe. Ooh, gonna be a disco later. That's what the cool kids say, right? Disco? Just want to give you a look as well at those mountains. Of course, the downside of being at a university is everybody smokes. I know it's not a disco. So if you're noticing the soft blue color of the water of the Inn River here, that is because it's coming out of the Alpen mountains and the glaciers and the old snowmelt, and it's this chalky limestone siltation, I guess, that gives it that color. That's my belief. That's what I understand. I could totally be wrong, so if I am, please let me know in the comment section below. The majority of the dogs I've seen in Europe are incredibly well behaved. The wildness and undisciplined nature of animals, of pets, that I see in the States a lot is just not a factor here. It's not acceptable. It's not accepted. Seemingly. Surely there are some exceptions. So we have been on the Franz Geschichtner Promenada. As best as I can tell. Also seem to have missed the underpass. So Cross illegally. This is the Arthur Heidel Promenade. Once again, we have gone from busy, bustling city to relaxed, laid-back pedestrian park area. I love it. It's amazing how much having full, mature trees and bushes and stuff can change a place. Some brutalist-like architecture here.
Yeah, I just arrived.
Look at those mountains, man. Looks like you can get down by the river over there. Nice. Those mountains too. Kinderspielplatz, or I think that's what it's called, a Kinderspielplatz, children's playground off to the left. I'm not going to film it, but you probably got a glimpse. Oh, you can smell the fresh water, the river bank, the willows, that sweet smell of Cool fresh water going by. It's a lot like Montana, but it's different, as you would expect, but not as different as I would have thought, if that makes sense. Ooh, Innsbruck Nature Film Festival. Be interested in that. Hotel route. So take a good look on that side. That will be the subject of our next walk, probably tomorrow morning. Hope you will come back and join us for that and explore the old town center and some parks and all that fun stuff. We might even come over here and explore down in that direction along these painted houses. It'll probably be quieter, not quite as busy, which I love watching or seeing cities come awake in the morning, rev up and get going. We'll see some historic stuff and it'll be interesting. So come back and see us again soon. I hope you enjoyed this walk through sort of the probably less touristy area of Innsbruck. Can give you a good idea of what that's like, and hopefully you'll come back and see us again soon. So until then, keep on stepping. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. Auf Wiedersehen.